before the pyramids, before Rome, before any civilization written into your history books, there was an island. 50 million people on a single island, at a time when most of the world could barely count to 100,000. 10,000 years before even this moment, in 12,200 BCE, a war general rose from the rivers of what is now Brazil. His name was Solon Ketetban. He commanded 200,000 soldiers and a navy powerful enough to cross open sea. He came to this island and he took it. The people already living here were erased from history, only described, never remembered. Solon Ketetban became the first king of a dynasty that would rule unbroken for nearly 4,000 years. The royal family controlled military operations with absolute authority, no vote required. No approval needed. The king could move armies at will. The clergy held another third, once a religious institution. They had outlived their faith. When the people abandoned religion, the clergy transformed. They became a federal organization, a centralized bank, the architects of the empire's digital currency. They held the money, and whoever holds the money holds everything that money can buy. The third power, the elected officials, representatives chosen not by all the people, but by property owners, by the middle class and above, citizens in good financial standing with clean records and a deed to their name. This was a society that had solved hunger, solved labor, solved aging. What remained was the pursuit of something they called perfectionism, the ideology that replaced God. The most beautiful and the wealthiest lived 10 times better than today's billionaires. The military offered the middle class a path upward, not through patriotism, but through commission. Every resource seized, every favorable trade position won in conflict. The soldiers received dividends. Across the Atlantic and along the northern coast of Africa, the Sahara was not yet a desert. It was green, alive, magnificent, unified under an empire called the Nakassan Federation, their capital built at the very site where the Sphinx now stands. The Nakassan were the second most advanced civilization on Earth. The Ketetban traded with them, exchanged knowledge with them. Some wealthy Ketetban citizens retired there. They brought technology with them. They brought taste. They brought memory. India, Indonesia, the Pacific Islands, all of them bearing marks of advanced contact. The great stone figures left on remote islands, not mysteries, not alien, just evidence of a world more connected than we were ever taught to believe. How did they get here? How did one civilization reach so far beyond the rest of human knowledge? After the visions came 8 hours of rest, and then 6 hours of writing, compulsive, urgent, precise. Whatever had been seen in those 12 hours had to be recorded before it faded. The knowledge was real. The buildings still stand, somewhere beneath the ocean floor if you know where to look. King Solonu Ketetban, the 105th, did not negotiate. He did not send ambassadors. He sent 500 ships and 500,000 soldiers. What had been admired, the power, the beauty, the advancement of Ketetban, was now feared, hated. The empire that had fed the world, that had shared knowledge, that had built the foundations of civilization as far as the eye could see, had shown its other face. The empire was at its absolute peak. 50 million people, unmatched technology, complete economic dominance, the most powerful civilization in human history. The king could not outrun it. Most of the elite could not outrun it. The wealth and the beauty and the status meant nothing when the ocean came for the capital. They landed in what is now the southeastern United States. They found cold weather, poor soil, and a people already there. The royal family did not survive the flood. Neither did the clergy's upper echelons, nor the richest of the elected. What the flood preserved was the common people, the farmers, the soldiers, the mid-level clergymen who remembered the old texts. In their new home, they returned to what the Speculative had first revealed before the machines took over: solar agriculturalism, trust in the supreme through the sun, respect for nature, reverence for the ancestors, a belief that purity, not perfection, was the path toward the Most High when the world eventually becomes nothing. They broke apart. They became small communities, close-knit families. They took new names, new ethnic identities. The word Ketetban faded from living memory. The Ketetban Empire did not fade into the dust of forgotten history. It planted its people, its power, and its bloodline across the world. And the echoes of that ancient greatness still resonate in every soul who dares to seek the truth.